debate would be better than a personality debate, but if President Biden had gone on stage and spoke about the size of a pro golfer's penis, I think you would be on this show right now saying you were shocked and appalled, and you would suggest it was evidence of his cognitive decline. I wonder how Trump's remarks, not just the one about Arnold Palmer on his, quote, manhood, but everything we've heard from Trump this week, how it fits in with the analysis that the New York Times offered a few days ago. They looked at his speeches from 2015 and 2016 and looked at his speeches today and said, quote, with the passage of time, the 78-year-old former president's speeches have grown darker, harsher, longer, angrier, less focused, more profane, and increasingly fixated on the past. I know you want to talk about policy, and I respect that, but the reason that Donald Trump is not up 10 points is because of comments like that one, where people do have concerns about his fitness, his acuity, and his stability. Why is he talking about Arnold Palmer's penis in front of Pennsylvania voters?
Jake, you seem to like that line a lot. Let me tell you that Donald Trump is doing rallies nonstop around the country.
Oh man. Oh, come on now. Come on. You got to act like you got some sense now, Rick. Come on, Rick. You got to act like you got to start acting like you got some sense, young man. Oh, I'm dropping stuff on the floor. I'm messing up the studio, y'all. Oh, I done messed up the studio. Oh boy. Oh, he just called Tapper Skittles. Rainbow. Called him one of those hoo-hoo-hoo. One of those hoo-hoo-hoo fellas. Ain't nothing wrong with it now. Shout out to all the hoo-hoo-hoo fellas. You know, ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, you got to pull that mushroom tip out. You got to pull that mushroom tip. Yeah, you got to pull that skin back sometimes. Yeah. You know, I don't swing that way. I'm just saying sometimes, you fellas, you got to do what you got to do. Whatever you like to do, whatever you love, you know. America, freedom. Yeah. Whatever you love is what you love. Amen. I believe in that. Well, I got none against nobody. Whatever you want, whatever you desire. But man, Mike, I'll tell you, Mike Johnson brother Johnson been stepping this campaign, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. He just did that lady on what's that lady name? Kristen Welker, whatever the lady name is. He just did her dirty in our last video. But man, y'all, oh boy.
Let me just say something. I don't want to be talking about this. Donald Trump is out there saying it. It is.
But you continue to. Let's talk about.
Because you won't address it.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You won't address it. He is out there talking to voters.
No, I'll address it. Let me answer it. Okay, don't say it again. We don't have to say it. I get it. There's lines in a rally. When President Trump is at a rally, sometimes he'll speak for 2 straight hours. You're questioning his stamina, his mental acuity. Joe Biden couldn't do that for 5 minutes. That's how you started this segment. You said, what if Biden was in a rally like that? He couldn't fill the room. Donald Trump does. You know why? Because they see him as a change agent, and they understand he has a record of performance. In his first administration, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world, Jake, not just the U.S. Everybody's wages were going up. Everybody had more jobs available to them. The pathway out of poverty was widened for more people, and that's what the American people are looking at. We're going to
simple. But you see what CNN, what they do, what the fake news do, what the woke media does? They wait for the littlest thing. Trump can have the best rally, which he's been having the best rally. They just had one yesterday, day before yesterday, this whole entire week, this whole entire month. His whole campaign, he's had some really good rallies. He's brought out some really amazing policies, you know, some amazing tax cuts. I mean, just amazing. But he says one or two or three things out of a paragraph, out of a speech, and they take it, they spin it. They want you to think he's unfit. He's a bad guy. Just like when his mic turned off and he's dancing. They say, "Oh, he's losing it. He's unfit. He's losing it." Same when there was an emergency with one of the supporters in the audience. They were doing medical work with the doctor, and Trump was swaying around, dancing to music, and they said, "Oh, he's losing it." But this is what the fake news does. The woke media. This is what the left does. And I'm glad Mike been stepping lately, man. I am so glad Mike been stepping lately. Because we know the truth, man.
Have a demographic shift in this electorate, Jake. There's going to be, when they count the votes and they do the math on the other side of this, I'm convinced you're going to have a record number of Hispanic and Latino voters coming into the Republican Party, a record number of Black and African American voters, record number of Jewish voters and union workers and hardworking families, because they understand the Harris policies have destroyed their family finances. They have made them less safe in their cities. They have a wide open border with illegals and terrorists coming into our country. This is not working for the American people. They want to change, and that's what they see in Donald Trump. So he has fun at the rallies. He says things that are off the cuff. But I'm
simple, you know. Well, you know, they can't take the mean tweets. People have hurt people's feelings. They got Trump derangement syndrome stage 4. Now, there's been some that we've seen this year came back. There have been some people that have came back live on air. They said, "I have a change of heart, and I think it should be Trump 2024. People that had Trump derangement syndrome, stage 4, lifelong liberals, lifelong Democrats, anti-Trumpers, never Trumpers. But then again, man, I tell you, they take the smallest things and they try to just spin it. They try to sway you away from Trump. Oh, he's exhausted. He's unfit. He needs to release his medical records. His cholesterol level's too high. He's Hitler. What about January 6th? He's a dictator. All this crap, man. It's prayers for President Trump, y'all. Let's jump into this full clip. It's prayers for President Trump. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. We keeping it real. Prayers for Trump, his family, his team, his campaign, man. Can we please make it to November? Please.
Trump 2024. Trump 2024. Trump, Trump 2024. Well. Yeah, we got to pull the skin back on this one, you know. Give me a sip of this shine. It's gonna be a good show today, y'all. As you already seen in the beginning of the video, it's like we gonna hey, these next 13 days, we finna just have a good time. I ain't lying to you. We might as well finish off with a good laugh. Don't get complacent. Make sure you go out and vote now. Cheers. Cheers again. Don't let them forget. Get a sip of this shine. You know, back in the day, we used to pass it around at night. But now we drink that shine, pass it around in broad daylight. Amen. This is that strawberry lemonade, pineapple, mango. Woo! Freedom, America. It's gonna get good, y'all. We in enemy territory. We've been in enemy territory for quite a long time, man. I think some of the best, these viral clips, man, are from enemy territory. CNN, NSBC, ABC, the whole alphabet order. Let's just go down the list.
MCNDC, CBS, CCC, CG, all of them. Yeah. But brother Mike and brother Tapper. Yeah, this is finna get good, y'all. Yeah. Let's go and check this forward thing, y'all, man. Make sure if you haven't already, did you hit that like button? Hit that like button, man. We've been having fun, man. We're keeping it real. You know? Exposing the corruption. Calling out the corruption, man. It's corrupt, y'all. And I'm glad, as a former anti-Trumper, never Trumper, that I'm blessed that I get to have fun and I get to. We've done such an amazing job, man, this year. And it wouldn't be thanks to you guys. To all them beautiful patriots around the world. All jokes aside, man, I love you guys, man. And I'm wishing the best in everybody's life. One love to the human race. And again, I want y'all to check on your loved ones. Call them, text them, give them a hug for me. A simple call, a simple text. Check on your people, man. You know, go if you get a chance to lift up a stranger, do so. Because at some point, I was a stranger to you guys, and now I receive love around the globe, man, around the world, man. Love I never would have thought I would receive. So keep spreading that love, man, because God is love, y'all, and that's real, man. Because we're in some dark times. Prayers for Trump. Prayers for Trump, man. Prayers for Trump. His team, his campaign, man. I've been hearing all kind of crazy stuff. The people with all these readings and predictions and all this and that and this and that. It's just crazy, man. They're talking about another assassination attempt and just they want JD Vance. I mean, it's just crazy right now. I know y'all see all this stuff on your For You pages, your Facebooks, your Instagram. What the experts are saying, what the polls are saying, it's just crazy right now, man. Prayers for Trump. You know, because right now we see that it's they are shaking out their shoes right now, especially with this nightmare to the deep state. Nightmare. The MAGA Avengers. The MAGA Avengers. You know. Whew. Just they gonna release the whole. I'm telling you, release the whole. Release that list. We all need to see the list. We all need to see the time frames, the time stamps, everything. And there's people that need to be held accountable. They need to be hands behind your back. And it's a lot of them. They need to put their hands behind their back. I can go down the list. Y'all know the list. Put your hands behind your back. But anyways, let me stop all this yapping and japping. Let's go and get into it, y'all.
Closing argument Saturday night with Election Day barely two weeks away. But the former president kicked off his rally with a detailed story about Arnold Palmer, at one point even praising the late legendary golfer's genitalia, unquote. Mr. Speaker, you're crossing all over the country. You're working hard to get Republicans over the line in this election. You're talking about substantive issues. Is this really the closing message you want voters to hear from Donald Trump? Stories about Arnold Palmer's penis?
Well, listen, I think that the headline that I read about the rally in Pennsylvania yesterday was the big question, and it's the one that Kamala Harris has not been able or willing to answer, and that is, are you better off now than you were under the Trump administration 4 years ago? And no one can answer that question with a yes. I mean, no one. And that's why Kamala Harris herself avoids the question. Look, I've been traveling the country nonstop, Jake. I've been in over 230 cities in 40 states right now. And I'm spending these final closing weeks in the swing states, in blue states.
I told you, y'all see the difference with CNN. They don't care if the man says the best policy or says the no tax on overtime, and they don't care. Trump can say one thing, you know, a joke or sarcastic, being sarcastic. He could say this and that, and they take it. CNN, MSNBC, they take the smallest thing and run with it. You know, they just keep shining the light on this man because Kamala isn't where she needs to be right now. And I told y'all, after everything you've seen in this campaign, this might be one of the worst tickets and one of the worst performing Democrats we will ever see in our lifetime.
In toss-up districts for the House, I'm absolutely convinced. There's an energy out there right now. I'm convinced that we are going to win the White House, the Senate, and the House. And we're going to have a very aggressive agenda to get the economy going again, to help everyone. Look, everywhere I go, Jake, everybody has the same concerns. They're fed up and they're fired up about the cost of living that's unaffordable now, and the rising crime rates everywhere, and the weakness on the world stage, and the wide open border. And they know that Kamala Harris is responsible for those things. And they know that President Trump is offering alternatives. So put the rhetoric aside, look at the record of these two candidates. This shouldn't be about personalities, it should be about policy. And I think people are looking at that seriously, and that's why I'm convinced we're going to win.
I'm sure that you think that a policy debate would be better than a personality debate, but if President Biden had gone on stage and spoke about the size of a pro golfer's penis, I think you would be on this show right now saying you were shocked and appalled, and you would suggest it was evidence of his cognitive decline. I wonder how...
No, he probably wouldn't even make it on the stage. I'm just saying, y'all.
Trump's remarks, not just the one about Arnold Palmer on his, quote, manhood, but everything we've heard from Trump this week, how it fits in with the analysis that the New York Times offered.
With Joe Biden, they got to end the rally early. He after 5 minutes, that's it. Come on, Joe. Come on, Mr. President. Mr. President, over here. This way, this way. This way, sir. This way. Come on, Mr. President, this way. Yes, we got ice cream. The ice cream truck is outside too. We got the ice cream truck. We got ice cream for everybody.
A few days ago, they looked at his speeches from 2015 and 2016 and looked at his speeches today and said, quote, with the passage of time, the 78-year-old former president's speeches have grown darker, harsher, longer, angrier, less focused, more profane, and increasingly fixated on the past. I know you want to talk about policy, and I respect that, but the reason that Donald Trump is not up 10.
I love that Mike's laugh. Did y'all see that when I showed y'all in the video when he started? I love how he's laughing. It's because seeing is a joke, man. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We kind of been loving CNN lately. They've been this election. They've been but we know what type of timing they on, man. But in some cases, I said some, they have been fair. And Anderson, I can't wait to do in my next video. We have to cover the Anderson Cooper, the town hall with Kamala. Oh boy. Oh, I hope y'all are ready for that in our next video. I hope y'all are ready, man. I hope y'all are ready for that next video. Anderson Cooper and Kamala Harris town hall. She took 2 breaks off the campaign trail and still bombed it. And now she's trending right now worldwide. They're posting clips saying, there's no way anybody could vote for this lady. So y'all do not miss that upcoming video, man.
Points is because of comments like that one, where people do have concerns about his fitness, his acuity, and his stability. Why is he talking about Arnold Palmer's penis in front of Pennsylvania voters?
Jake, you seem to like that line a lot. Let me tell you that Donald Trump is doing rallies nonstop around the country.
Let me just say something. I don't want to be talking about this. Right. Donald Trump is out there saying it is.
But you continue to. Let's talk about.
Because you won't.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You won't address it. He is out there talking to voters.
No, I'll address it. Let me answer it.
He really just called Jake a fag live on there though. Ain't nobody gonna mention. I'm just being. Hey, y'all don't want to hear the real. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man.
Okay, don't say it again. We don't have to say it. I get it. There's lines in a rally. When President Trump is at a rally, sometimes he'll speak for 2 straight hours. You're questioning his stamina, his mental acuity. Joe Biden couldn't do that for 5 minutes. That's how you started this segment. You said, what if Biden was in a rally like that? He couldn't fill the room. Donald Trump does. You know why? Because they see him as a change agent, and they understand he has a record of performance. In his first administration, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world, Jake, not just the the U.S. Everybody's wages were going up. Everybody had more jobs available to them. The pathway out of poverty was widened for more people, and that's what the American people are looking at. We're going to have a demographic shift in this electorate, Jake. There's going to be, when they count the votes and they do the math on the other side of this, I'm convinced you're going to have a record number of Hispanic and Latino voters coming into the Republican Party, a record number of Black and African American voters, record number of Jewish voters, and union workers, and hardworking families, because they understand the Harris policies have destroyed their family finances. They have made them less safe in their cities. They have a wide open border with illegals and terrorists coming into our country. This is not working for the American people, and they want to change. And that's what they see in Donald Trump. So he has fun at the rallies. He says things that are off the cuff. But I'm telling you, I've been in those events. I've been in those arenas, and people have a great time at those arenas. So you can cherry pick a few words or lines out of a 2-hour event. We could do that with Kamala Harris after a 20-minute event, because she does word salads, and she couldn't hold court like that without a teleprompter. We all know that. These are the facts. The American people see it. And, the media can pick it apart, but people are going to vote. They're going to vote what's best for their family, and they see that in Trump.
In multiple interviews this week, Donald Trump repeatedly referred to prominent Democrats and others on the left in the United States, American citizens, as, quote, the enemy from within, unquote. And he suggested, as president, he would want to use the National Guard or military against them. Let me play some of that for our viewers.
The bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think they're and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military, because they can't let that happen.
One of the first things you did when you joined Congress was to create the Honor and Civility Caucus. Does wanting to use the military against political opponents, would that pass muster with the Civility Caucus?
That's not... Jake, that's not what he's talking about there. What he's talking about is marauding gangs of dangerous, violent people who are destroying public property.
He talked about Adam Schiff
threatening
and the Pelosi's.
Other American citizens.
He's not talking. Governor Youngkin tried this with me too. That's not. He was very clear. Let me play.
Play it again. Play it again, Jake.
Later on, because Fox always likes to give Donald Trump an opportunity to clean it up, and he always says, "No, I said what I meant." Here's what he said when asked about it the next day.
It is the enemy from within, and they're very dangerous. They're Marxists and communists and fascists, and they're sick. I use a guy like Adam Schiff because they made up the Russia hoax. It took 2 years to solve the problem. Absolutely nothing was done wrong, et cetera, et cetera. They're dangerous for our country. We have China, we have Russia, we have all these countries. If you have a smart president, they can all be handled. The more difficult are, the Pelosi's, these people, they're so sick. And they're so evil.
That's what he's talking about, using the U.S. military against, not marauding gangs of Venezuelan.
Wait a minute.
Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul. So let me just say, if a Democratic presidential candidate said that you and your wife were evil and that the military should be used against you, I would say that's disgusting.
Well, thank you. And some have said that about us because they don't like my politics. I did not hear President Trump in that clip say he's going to sic the military on Adam Schiff. That's not what he's saying. You got two different clips in two different contexts. What President Trump is talking about is that they have been attacking and maligning him from the day he came down that golden escalator. Everybody knows that's true.
Everybody knows it.
2015, 2016, that's when this began. He's been the most attacked, maligned political figure in U.S. history. They've tried to kill him twice in the last few months. This is real, and he feels that acutely. And Jake, you would too. If you were under attack like he is all the time, every day. I mean Iran, who has assassination attempts out against him.
But that's not
crazy, dangerous people
Adam
in the
Schiff
country who
and Nancy Pelosi
get on rooftops
are not trying
and take
to assassinate Donald Trump. I mean, there's this conflation of anybody.
They're not, Jake. They're not. But
we know the truth.
No, but the political attacks have been relentless, and they have been baseless, and they made up the Russian collusion hoax, and they went after him and have been going after him ever since. They tried to impeach him twice. I mean, they've done real damage in American psyche. What I'm talking about is the political attacks that are so over the top. Kamala Harris has used language saying he's so dangerous to the country. I mean, I've had colleagues in the House say he must be eliminated. He must be extinguished.
He's literally talking about
this stuff is over the top.
You know, against Democrats. I mean, he's literally talking.
No, he's not. No,
yes, he is.
No, he's not, Jake. No, he's not. No, he's talking about using the National Guard and the military to keep the peace in our streets. In the summer of 2020, that my Democrat colleagues call the summer of love, it was crazy. It was mayhem, and Democratic progressive mayors and governors allowed it to go on, including Tim Walz, who allowed Minneapolis to burn, and it's still not rebuilt. Look, Trump is talking about restoring law and order, and I'm telling you, you can mock it, people in the media can mock it, but that resonates with the American people. They are sick of being afraid on the streets of their cities. Donald Trump can bring order back to the chaos. They know that. So they're willing to give a little on his, social media posts and some fun language he uses at
He called
rallies.
January 6th a day of love. He said that the January 6th criminals, the prisoners who violently attacked your place of work, he compared them to the victims of Japanese internment camps. And that guy is in favor of law and order?
Yeah, America. Yeah, Jake. Yeah,
Yes,
brother Tapper.
President Trump had and kept
Tapper.
law and order when
Tapper. Clap your hands, Tapper.
he says at the campaign rallies that
Except on
we
January
didn't have
6th.
hot wars around the globe during his administration. No, look, he's right. Russia did not invade Ukraine under his watch. Israel was not attacked viciously by Iran and its proxies because they were afraid to do so under that commander-in-chief, under President Trump. They're not afraid right now. Our allies are nervous. Our enemies are empowered because they see an opportunity. The only person that they fear less, our enemies abroad, the only person they fear less than Joe Biden is Kamala Harris. At the end of the day, when you go into the ballot box, I would just encourage everybody, ask yourself quietly, are you comfortable with Kamala Harris being the commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces at the most dangerous moment since World War II? She could not handle that. Our enemies would have an opportunity there, and people think about those things, and that's why they're going to vote for Donald Trump.
It's like
that's why
you
he's
were
going to win and be reelected president.
Answering questions.
Yeah, I'll take. Yeah. We need somebody. They just I like the mean tweets, all that stuff. Yeah. She going there laughing. Yeah, we in World War 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, she in there laughing. Yeah. Hell no. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. Can't tell you what she can't even spell economy. She can't give out a plan, word salad. Ma'am, what did you just say? Yeah, it's Trump 2024. Somebody tell Jake Tapper. Somebody tell Brother Tapper. It's Trump 2024. Love to them beautiful patriots around the world. I love y'all, man. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.